Welcome students. In the last class, we had discussed about the general characteristics of virus. What is their character? What are their characteristics? What is their genetic material? What is body mechanism against virus? And those aspects. We also discussed about the structure of virus. Now, virus has an outer covering and the inner genetic material. The inner genetic material can be RNA or DNA. The genetic material can be RNA or DNA, not both. So, virus can be either a DNA virus or RNA virus. So, virus can be DNA virus or RNA virus. Now, today we are going to discuss about RNA virus. We are going to discuss about the RNA virus. That is why I am highlighting the term RNA virus. Here RNA virus means what? The genetic material of the virus is RNA. The genetic material is RNA. Now the first virus we will take up is your polio virus. The first one we are taking up is polio virus. One of the characteristics of virus is the genetic material can change or transform itself. The genetic material can transform itself, and this is called mutation. There is a term called mutation. So this term is your mutation. The genetic material of virus can mutate, and due to mutation, new strains of virus can emerge. Now what I mean by, so there is a concept of mutation, and due to mutation new strain emerge. In case of humans, you have different races. In case of human, we have different races. Similarly, in case of virus, you have different serotypes. Due to mutation, various serotypes emerged. In case of polio virus, we have three serotypes: PV1, PV2, and third is PV3, polio virus 3. So you have three serotypes of the polio virus: PV1, PV2 and PV3, and they emerge due to mutation in the polio virus. You all know that vaccine is given to young children. The primary reason is polio affects young children, and that also up to the age of 5 years, less than 5 years. You might have seen in your home, the person who comes for vaccine, he asks a simple question, whether there is any child in your home who is ever under the age of 5. After 5, the impact is not there. So that is about the age. Polio virus affects children under the age of 5 years. Now what is the effect of virus? What happens when a child is affected by polio virus? The impact is what? Paralysis and atrophy of muscles. Paralysis means the nerves are damaged. So the child is not able to control his movement. So nerves are damaged. And atrophy means muscles are reduced. Atrophy means the muscles are reduced. So, in case of poliovirus, one is your paralysis and second is atrophy of muscles. Atrophy of muscles. Now the point is, there is a term called route of entry. How does the microorganism enter into the individual? In case of COVID, you are hearing about respiratory route. The virus enters into the body through respiration. Poliovirus enters the child body through contaminated food and water. It enters the child body through contaminated food and water. So this is called oral route. Contaminated food and water. Contaminated food and water. So, how an infected child will release the poliovirus in urine and fecal material. A child who is affected by polio will release poliovirus in urine and fecal material. That is how poliovirus moves from one child to another. So remember, poliovirus is released through fecal material and urine, and that is how it will affect the other child. We do not have any treatment for polio. Once a child gets infected with polio, there is no treatment. Remember this point. No treatment. Only thing is what? Preventive vaccination. So only thing is vaccine. Even in the current time, the scientists are trying to develop new vaccine for COVID. So this is called prevention. So this aspect is preventive. We also call preventive medicine. So there is no treatment. Only thing is what? The only thing that is available is your preventive vaccination. Now the point is, what is a vaccine? Or what does the vaccine contain? This is very important. Remember, this point is very important. How do we make vaccine, or what are the components that are present inside a vaccine? First one is killed pathogen. You grow the virus in a medium, add compounds like alcohol, or phenol, so it kills the microbes. So when you treat it using phenol, the microbes are killed. So You grow the pathogen in a medium. Once they have grown, you add alcohol or phenol and the microbes are killed. So one is killed pathogen. So the first aspect of vaccine is it can contain killed pathogen. Second is part of pathogen. It can be surface protein, it can be RNA or other component of the pathogen or other component of the pathogen. So first was killed pathogen, second is part of pathogen. Now let's move into the third one, that is similar kind of pathogen. Third is similar kind of pathogen. Example, cowpox gives immunity against smallpox. Gives immunity against smallpox. So this principle was utilized by Edward Jenner. This was utilized by Edward Jenner. So Edward Jenner infected the child with cowpox and then he exposed the child to smallpox. So the cowpox infection gave him immunity against smallpox. So third type of vaccine can be your similar kind of pathogen. And the fourth one is your attenuated or weak pathogen. The fourth type of vaccine can be your attenuated or weak pathogen. So you grow the pathogen in an unnatural host. For example, you grow him in cell culture or in egg. We grow the pathogen in egg. Then we transfer the pathogen. We grow the pathogen in egg and we keep on transferring the pathogen, say from one egg to another egg, then another egg, like this. So it makes the virus weak or the micro weak. The third kind can be weak pathogen or attenuated pathogen. Third is weak pathogen or attenuated pathogen.